An account executive bought 300 stamps for $73.80. The purchase included 15-cent stamps, 20-cent stamps, and 40-cent stamps. The number of 20-cent stamps is 4 times the number of 15-cent stamps. How many 40-cent stamps were purchased? So the first thing we should do, since this is a word problem, is we should label our variables. So now we know that there are 15-cent stamps, 20-cent stamps, and 40-cent stamps. And we know that the number of 20-cent stamps is 4 times the number of 15-cent stamps. So we can write the number of 20-cent stamps in terms of the number of 15-cent stamps. So since 15-cent stamps are the independent variable, or the most independent variable, then we want to let x be the number of 15-cent stamps. So then when we're defining the number of 20-cent stamps, it's 4 times the number of 50-cent stamps. So 4x is going to be the number of 20-cent stamps. And then finally, to label the number of 40-cent stamps, notice that we have 300 stamps in total. So if I take the total number of stamps, I subtract the number of 15-cent stamps, and then I subtract the number of 20-cent stamps, that should give me the number of 40-cent stamps. So in other words, the number of 40-cent stamps is going to be equal to 300 minus 5x. So now that we've labeled our variables, we go back to the problem. And the other information we have is what the total amount of the purchase was, of all the stamps purchased was. So what we want to do is we want to have it write a table that has the number of stamps and their value in total. So when we come up with our table, we want to say number of stamps, value of each stamp, and then the total value in cents. And I'll show you where this becomes important. So for example, when we talk about our 15-cent stamps, the total number of stamps is x, right? The value of each stamp is 15 cents, so the total value is 15 cents times how many stamps there are, so 15x. For the 20-cent stamps, the number of stamps is 4x, and they're worth 20 cents each. So the total value in cents is going to be 20 cents times how many stamps there are, so 80x. And then finally, for the 40-cent stamps, there are 300 minus 5x of these, worth 40 cents each, so the total value in cents is going to be 12,000 minus 200x. So now we know that the total value is $73.80. So the total value, if you add up the value of the 15-cent stamps to the value of the 20-cent stamps to the value of the 40-cent stamps, you should get $73.80. But notice that on the left side, everything's written in terms of cents. So let's write the right side in terms of cents too. So $73.80 is going to be 7,380 cents. So now we have this linear equation that we've got to solve. So let's do that. Combining like terms on the left, I'm getting negative 105x plus 12,000 is equal to 7,380. And then since we want to solve for x, let's subtract 12,000 from each side of the equation. So we end up getting negative 105x is equal to 7,380 minus 12,000. I'm getting negative 4,620. And then finally, to solve for x, we want to divide both sides, let's do this in red, by negative 105. So then on the right side, we just get, on the left side, we just get x, and on the right, we should get positive 44, right? Because it's a negative over a negative. So x is equal to 44. So let's go back to our question. We wanted to know how many 40-cent stamps were purchased. So we wanted to figure out this 300 minus 5x. But we already have x. X is equal to 44. So we want to plug x is equal to 44 into our formula for 40-cent stamps. So then we get 300 times, minus 5 times 44. And 5 times 44 is going to be 220. So this becomes 300 minus 220, which is 80. So there are 80, we want to say, there are 80 40-cent stamps.